includes the mapping, the application analysis, paper, and development. And the first map is the mapping group. This work focuses on the Chinese population. It uses data from the Chinese 6 census. And it's design and draw 5 thematic maps from the 7 factors, includes the population distribution and impact factors, and sex ratio, age structure, and so on. Okay, this is the first map of this works. And this is the population distribution and influence factors. This map explores the 3 factors, includes the natural environment and social and economic factors that affect the country's population distribution through the GWR analysis, which is the geographic weighted regression analysis. And in this area, the other list the border of the country includes some small island. So we should make a complete map according the regulation of your own country. And the second map is the sex ratio and the age structure of the population. The sex ratio means the male population divided by the female population and multiplied by 100%. We can find that the male population in China is basically larger than the female population. And the age structure is the proportion of the elderly people. And we can see that this area, which is the darker color, has the more elderly people. And this map uses the ranged thematic map and the label thematic map. This map is the population natural change and the distribution of the minorities. And this uses the natural population growth rate, which is the birth rate minus the death rate. It uses the unique value thematic map and graph thematic map. And this is the education structure of the population. It uses the graph thematic map. And the last map is the interprovincial migration. This part is the map of the interprovincial migration. It focuses on the population migration of each province in China. And the author used the original destination map, which is the OD map, to indicate the population migration. And then I will talking about the highlights of this work. The first, this work, the content is very complete. The work designs and draws 5 thematic maps and from the 7 aspects. And the author has produced a series of thematic maps such as unique value thematic maps and graph maps and range maps and so on. And it has the accurate representation. And this map is very beautiful. And so about the color I want to talking about. I will taking this population distribution map as an example. In addition to being scientific, an excellent thematic map is also very important for its color design. So when we creating a thematic maps related to the population distribution, we can use the warm color system. And the area with the larger population has the darker colors. And another example, when we make the average temperature map, and we generally use the blue in low temperature and use red in high temperature, right? So for specific requirements, you can refer to the requirements of your own country. And let's start it as the second work. The second work is the Ebola on the map. This work shows the specific situation of the Ebola virus transmission area and the transmission factors in Africa, and informs of the map browsing query. This map is mainly divided into the three directions. And it's focused on the three countries in Africa, includes the Liberia, the Guinea, and the Sierra Leone. And the first part is on the right side of the page. And the author analyzes and compares the reasons why Ebola mainly occurs in these three countries and in Africa. And so author indicates the basic situation of each countries of Africa in terms of the economy, the education, the climate, the terrain, and the medical level. So let's look at the details of this map. This is the administration division map of the Africa. And it uses the single value semantic maps and the four color maps. And as for the semantic map of the population dynasty, it uses the SQL expressions to find the dynasty of doctors. And it shows at this 3D graph. This is the Africa climate and terrain map, and the education map, and the GDP maps. And we can see in the education semantic map, it also has the 3D chart. It shows the literacy rate and the ratio of the higher education in these three countries. And in the GDP semantic map, it shows the GDP and the medical expenditures and education expenditures of the three countries. And the second direction, this map uses the browsing and the query method to help the sick people to seek medical treatment as soon as possible, and to help the government prevent the further spread of Ebola. It mainly uses the administrative divisions map and the capital of three countries. And it also includes some important features related to Ebola, such as schools and hospitals. And this map is the administration division of the three countries. These three maps is the capital of these three countries. And in this map includes the school and hospital. And the third, the author used the exacting data to carry out the relevant analysis of Ebola. And the first map is the Ebola probability prediction map. This map shows that in this red area, and we can find it is the most severe infections is red, and like the Gaeta, the Liberia, and the Leon are the countries with the most severe the Ebola infections. And we can confirm that the economy, the education, and the factors that we're talking about are the important factors affecting the Ebola. And this is a schematic map of the service group of the hospitals and Ebola treatment centers. Through this map, the service group of each hospital and Ebola treatment center is clear displayed, so that the infected people can quickly seek the medical treatment. And the highlights of the Ebola the map is very appealing and it has the reasonable color matching. And it has the elegant appearance and prominent scenes. And it's very clear and intuitive, the information expression. And it also has the tables and the chart to display the factor of Ebola. And the last, but it's not the last. The last one is it is a recent events. So let's see this map. It is not a previous work, but it's a global COVID-19 epidemic map based on the WHO data. That it's also a part of the recent events. Okay, this is the third map. This map is about the Chinese tea culture. This work is divided into the 4 groups. And the first part is the charm of the tea. This group is mainly about the Chinese, the 4 major areas of the tea and the Chinese famous tea. And here is the proportion of the variety types of the productions. And this map is the tea culture in Chongqing province and Zhejiang province and Fujian province. It's including the distribution of tea village and the tea picking area. Oh, sorry. This map is about tea culture. So the color of the tea is the green, right? So the tone of the schematic map of this thing is also the green. So this map has match the color and the theme. So it's a really good map. This map is about the tourist map in Hangzhou. It includes the tea house and tea plantation and some tourist destination related to tea. And this map is it looks like the comics map. So it's really creative. This part is the history of the Chinese tea. There are many Chinese styles are used in the picture. The road of the tea, which is the tea house road. It is an ancient transportation route formed by the tea and the horse, and trade, the tea horse trade in the mainland of the China and the frontier of the China. And there have many Chinese styles. For example, in this Pu'er tea, famous mountain road, it has the blue and white, so which is the Chinese classic blue and white porcelain elements. And this part is the planning of the tea. These plans include the land use status and the land control planning. And plans the tea garden includes the service area and the sightseeing area and the planting area and so on. Okay, so the highlight of this works is this work has the distinct layers, and it has consonant colors, and it's about culture, and it's very creative. And there's another excellent works of the mapping. This map is a flood hazard map. And this legend representations the safe area and the intermediate area and the low area. And this map is the accessibility map. And it shows how convenient it is from the infrastructure to the transportation. This map is the public facilities surrounding the MRT stations based on the working distance. And I have the suggestions of this map. It needs to be marked the point of the public facilities. And this map is of the frequency of the early marriage in the special area. And these two graphs represent the contents chart of the early marriage, both man and woman. And this map is the land use map. So when we make the land use map, we should pay attention to the color. We should use the red color, and you can refer the regulation of some requirements. And this part, if you don't have determined the thing, and from this part, I will give you some suggestions. Yeah, from the work we just talked about, and I extracted the following points. I hope to bring some inspiration to you. And the first is you can use the official data to do your works, such as the population, the economy, and the weather, or the agriculture, and so on. It's just like the first work I just talked about, the Chinese population map. And the second part is you can use the recent events. It's like the second map I have talked about, the Ebola on the map. Oh, sorry. It can't use. Okay, and the third part is the creative part. And you can do some creative work, such as the tourist map, the food map, and the culture map, or the game map, sport map, and so on. And the mapping, the part of the mapping is finished. And let's start it at the second part, the application analysis. And the application analysis uses the GIS analysis method to solve the actual demand in the work and our lab. This work it's mainly about the medical facilities based on the flowing model. And the author asks the three questions in daily life, and corresponds to the three GIS solutions. And the first question is the distribution of the medical facilities reasonable? and it can use the spatial the distribution characteristics of the facilities. And the author used the canyon density to solve this problem. This two map is the density distribution of the medical facilities. And the second question is, are there medical facilities nearby? And it can use the service group and the scarcity of the facilities to solve. And the first map is the scarcity of the medical facilities. And this shows the distance to the top hospital. And the red area is close to the hospital. And the further is the blue. And it indicates that the security is higher. And in this service group of the medical facilities, the road with a different color indicates that it belongs to the service group of the different top hospitals. And the same color belongs to the service group of the same top hospitals. And the third question is, how long does it take to reach the medical facilities? It can use the accessibility analysis to solve this problem. And the color representations the nearest facility. And the red area is the shorter time to reach the nearest facilities. And this is the highlight of this work. The important thing of the application analysis is to solve a problem using GIS. So this work is really good at this part. And this work has practical significance. This article makes the feasible suggestions for the medical facilities. And it's a focus on the analysis part and solve the practical problems and make suggestions. And the part 3 is a paper. And the paper is required to write the academic research or technical application based on the SuperMap products. And your subjects can involve the following content, such as the industry solutions and application case, and GIS technology development status and trend, and SuperMap GIS software application development. And this is the work of the paper. This is the SRTM-DEM optimization for the hydrological modeling. And in conclusion, the author does the optimized DEM with the overlay flow accumulations. And this is the area of the hydrological. And this is the optimized DEM with the overlay flow accumulation and the dry hole location. So in the paper, the most important thing is the accurate and significant description, and it's a correct format. And this work is very detailed, and it has a complete process and results. The part 4 is the development. The first work is the travel. It's about the travel. So the author used the programming language to design the travel platform, and it displays in mobile and web. It targets the 3 customer groups. So in the for the tour guide, they can set meeting time and meeting reminder, and it also can manage the position of the members. And for the web terminal, it can manage in a unified manner. And for the tourist, it can monitor the route in real time, and it can do the route navigation. And the web interface corresponds to a travel agency, which can manage the tour guide and the tourist in a unified manner. And this is the structure of this work, and the overall structure of the Love Travel. It's monitoring the system use the Tomcat, and it connects the mobile and the web, and it uses the Oracle to as the public database to manage the data and in a unified manner. And this part is the page in the mobile. It has many pages. So in this page, the tour guide can monitor the speeding situation of the tourists and the vehicle in real time. And the visitors can see the real-time route of the tour to avoid the unauthorized changes in the route of the tour guide. And it's reduce the difficulty of the guides and of the guide tour groups, and it enhances the personal safety of the tourists and improves the tourist experience. And this is the page of the agents of the tour, and it has the vehicle monitoring, and it also can analyze the travel data. And this is the tour guide. This is a tour guide page. It can manage the tour guide and the tourist, and it also can monitoring the travel route. This work is use the web and mobile. It connects the web and mobile, and it has a very complete function, and it has the good user experience and the simple operation, and it also has a beautiful layout. Okay, this is the second works of the development. This is the 3D development of the China aerospace. It's based on the SuperMap at desktop and VS 2010, and it uses the C# language. And the function of this work includes the basic operation of the rotation and the zooming and the flight track. And it also has the GeoTrans satellite base model. And this works can freely control the stop and the start of the Earth's rotation. And it also has the model information query and the rocket launch. And It also has the rocket launch simulation video, and it has the Jiuquan satellite base model in there. So this work is a meticulous work. It's in the production of the satellite models and launch set models, and the final model is really beautiful and exquisite. And through the 3D means to show the satellite's flight status in space and the satellite's flight orbit and realize the Earth's rotation and simulation. And it can allow the users to intuitively see the satellite's flight scan in the space. So it's a really the novel topic. Okay, it's finished. So if you want to learn more and about how to make the amazing works, and you can subscribe us in the YouTube and in our playlist. You can learn these 2 series of the course. And this is our official website address. It also has some files to learn. So let's finish our presentation. And here are our accounts on the platforms. So follow us, please. And thank you for watching and have a good day. Bye-bye.